Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Chelsea Petrakovitz. I'm a women's health and pelvic floor physical therapist in Jackson, Michigan. This video is going to be just a brief overview of some of the causes of incontinence or the leaking that you experience when you sneeze or jump or exercise or cough or any other time. The biggest thing I want to convey to you guys is that this is not normal. It is common, but not normal. It's something that should be addressed and can be fixed. So the first thing you need to do is understand why it's happening. So everyone immediately thinks their pelvic floor is weak and it's causing them to leak. And sometimes that is the case, but more often than not, it's a combination of factors. So pelvic floor weakness, but also pelvic floor tightness. So if you think of a spring, it has enough support to hold something, but it also has a little give to it. You know, it can still compress under load when it needs to. Now, if that spring is already as tight as it can be, your pelvic floor muscles are as tight as they can be, and then you add extra load like jumping or sneezing or coughing. Now, normally that muscle would contract to support you, but your muscle is already so tight that it's got nowhere else to go. It can't give you any more support, so you leak. Now, another factor that contributes to it is your core strength, your abdominal strength. So a lot of times we have this leaking after pregnancy. We also tend to have a weak core after pregnancy because those muscles have been so stretched out. So if you have a diastasis, that can contribute to the leaking as well. And the final factor is your diaphragm. So the way you breathe impacts your leaking. So if your ribs aren't in the ideal alignment, which they're often not after pregnancy, they're way out here instead of at a nice angle. But then the diaphragm isn't working like it should. So instead of distributing pressure evenly when you breathe, it forces it straight down to the pelvic floor. So if you already have pelvic floor problems, that extra pressure is going to cause some of that leaking too. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of things that go into this, and that's why you've probably tried doing Kegels and you do 100 or 1,000 and it doesn't seem to get any better, because that weakness probably isn't the main problem. So what we need to do is get to the root of your problem and address those problems specifically. But I mean, the good news is it's fixable. You just have to know how to do it. But this is why I would recommend doing a total body diagnostic. So this is a quick 20 to 30 minute visit with me. We'll do a full body exam and figure out the root problem that you are having, because it's different for everybody. But as soon as we know what that problem is, I can give you a plan to fix it. And we already have protocols in place for all of these things. So we just have to tailor a program to you. So I have roughly 4 or 5 spots available in my schedule before Christmas to do these total body diagnostics. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. We can do that diagnostic and start healing your pelvic floor and your core and your diaphragm and whatever it is that's making you leak. And then fix it so you don't have to deal with it ever again. But in the meantime, I will also send you a little cheat sheet with some tips on managing the symptoms that you have in the meantime, while we're fixing on your current issues and getting rid of that leaking forever. So please feel free to reach out to me to schedule those appointments, or if you have any other questions. I hope this was helpful, and by all means, just let me know if you need anything at all. Thank you.